In the quiet village of Asafo, where the moon always watched over the rooftops like a silent elder, there lived a boy named Kwaku. He had just turned 18, tall, soft-spoken, and filled with dreams bigger than the village skies. But his eyes were always sad. People would say, "That boy walks like he's carrying secrets heavier than yams on market day." They weren't wrong. Kwaku's mother had died when he was just 9. His father, Kwabina, a hard-working cocoa farmer, remarried a woman from the next village, Abina, who came with a beauty that could silence a talking drum. Abina was younger than most stepmothers, smooth dark skin, lips like ripe cherries, and a voice that could make a baby stop crying. At first, everything was fine. She cooked. She cleaned. She even called Kwaku "my son" with a sweetness that made the villagers smile. But things changed the day Kwaku became a man. He had just finished high school. His father threw a small feast. People danced. Palms clapped. Goats were slaughtered. Abina sat quietly in a corner, watching him the whole time, not like a mother, but like a cat studying a mouse. That night, the moon hid behind the clouds. Kwaku was asleep when he felt it, a hand sliding down his chest. He thought it was a dream. He opened his eyes and saw her, Abina, kneeling by his mat, whispering things no mother should ever say. His body froze. His mind screamed. But she smiled and said, "Sure, this is our secret. I'm lonely, and you're not a boy anymore." Kwaku couldn't speak. He felt his soul leave his body that night, but no one noticed. Days turned into weeks. Each time his father went to the farm, Abina would come to him, wearing less and speaking more. He avoided her. He begged. But every refusal came with silent threats. "If you talk, I'll tell your father you touched me first. Who will he believe?" Kwaku started staying out late, sleeping in the forest some nights, just to avoid home. His grades dropped. His joy vanished. Villagers began to whisper again, "That boy is cursed." But it wasn't a curse. It was a wound no one could see. One day, his father fell ill, too weak to go to the farm. That meant Kwaku had to stay home with her. That night, under the heavy silence of the hut, Abina entered his room again. But this time, Kwaku pushed her away, hard. She fell, hit her head on the edge of the stool, and screamed loud enough for the gods to hear. Kwabina came limping from his room, panic in his eyes. Abina pointed at Kwaku, tears rolling down her cheeks. "He attacked me. Your son tried to touch me." The world stopped. Kwaku looked at his father, eyes begging for trust, for belief, for justice. But his father's face was already filling with shame and rage. "You've destroyed this house," he whispered. He sent Kwaku away that same night. No trial. No questions. Just shame and silence. Kwaku walked for miles until his legs gave up beneath a baobab tree. He cried there until the morning birds began to sing. Years passed. The village forgot him. Abina had a child, a boy, born exactly 9 months after Kwaku left. But the gods don't sleep forever. When the child turned 6, he asked, "Mama, why do I look like Kwaku?" The questions started growing like weeds. Whispers returned. Old women with cloudy eyes began to talk. One day, the child fell sick. The healer said, "This sickness is not from the earth. The child is being fed by the guilt of the mother." The truth crawled out of Abina like snakes from a basket. She confessed everything. The village was silent for a week. Kwabena, old and broken, walked into the forest to find the son he once cast away. He found Kwako living alone by a river, working as a fisherman, still carrying that old sorrow. He fell to his knees, weeping. "Forgive me, my son. I let the devil live in my house and called her wife. But forgiveness isn't a fruit you pluck easily." Kwako looked at his father and said, "I needed your voice when I had none. You gave it to a liar." He helped his father up, but didn't follow him home. He stayed by the river, far from the village, far from memory. And every full moon, the villagers say, the wind carries a cry across the river, soft, broken, and haunting. Some say it's Kwako. Others say it's the moon itself, mourning a boy whose home never protected him.